Jakarta Intercultural School. Today, I want to discuss the topic of mental health stigma and its effects in Indonesia. And as well as a project that I've been working on titled Wellspring Conversations, a project that connects outreach and stories to test accessible way to reduce the stigma. These are the questions I'm hoping to answer through my presentation. What is mental health? So mental health is defined as a state of one's overall well-being, focusing on the emotional and psychological aspects that influence the way that we think, feel, and act. Here in Indonesia, mental health is a highly stigmatized topic. Cultural norms and limited public awareness leave little space for discussion, causing many individuals to struggle in silence. Even when some individuals are aware of their own distress, access to proper resources are scarce, and misconceptions of mental illness often frame it as something wrong with a person rather than a medical condition. Here in Indonesia, being mentally ill is seen as crazy or insane, immediately changing how others view of you. This combination of stigma, lack of understanding, and inadequate resources should make mental health an urgent topic of discussion in Indonesia today. In recent years, Indonesia has seen a rise in the overall number of mental health issues across its youth. According to the 2018 study from Indonesian National Health Survey, 6.1% of individuals aged 15 or above experience depression, or more specifically on a survey conducted by UNICEF on Central Java's adolescents. Over 1 in 5 individuals experience anxiety issues, and 4.4% of them engage in self-harm. Alarmingly, 91% of people living in living with mental disorders in Indonesia do not receive any form of mental treatment. Probably because the ratio of psychiatrists here is extremely low, reaching to about 0.058 people out of 10,000 people, indicating there are only about 6 psychiatrists available for every 1 million population. In Indonesia, when the ideal is around 1 in 10,000. And finally, there is only a scarce 2% of national health budget that is allocated towards mental health, and majority of it is going towards mental hospitals. There are multiple factors as to what correlates towards Indonesia's stigmatized mindset towards mental health, largely because of enriched cultural beliefs that frame emotional struggles negatively. The stigma discourages open discussions and leads many to delay or avoid seeking professional help, even when services exist. Fear of social judgment often lead individuals to believe that it's not worth it. The consequences aren't just statistics. Practices like basong, the physical restraints or in confinement of those with mental illnesses, still happen in certain areas when families feel they have no other option. Beyond that, the stigma causes isolation, delays of seeking help due to shame, all of which worsen mental health outcomes. Therefore, we can see that there is a definite positive towards addressing this stigma. When we look at the main reasons those in need don't find professional help, high stigma, low awareness, and scarce professionals, the right question is to ask, how do we help people before it gets too late? Let me introduce you to Wellspring Conversations. Wellspring Conversations is a podcast-style series available on YouTube that I developed alongside the outreach team at Wellspring Clinic. Its purpose is to give individuals a safe space to share their personal journeys battling with emotional hardships. Each 10 to 20 minute episode features an individual expressing their own story with their voices only and without their face shown, followed by a response and reflection from one of our psychiatrists. These short, free sessions are designed to raise awareness, reduce stigma, and offer support to Indonesians who do not have access towards other resources. At its heart, Wellspring Conversations is about real people and real moments for others to relate to and for awareness to be spread. This concept directly addresses 3 major barriers of mental health support in Indonesia: accessibility, anonymity, and relatability. Because it's online and free, anyone can watch from the convenience of their own homes and from any device that they choose. Because the speaker's voice and names are the only things that are used, people can share their experiences without fear of public exposure. Lastly, because each episode features real, short stories followed by professional responses, listeners see mental health struggles as human and more common than expected, rather than shameful. Together, these features make Wellspring Conversations an educated, accessible, and efficient way to encourage more Indonesians to seek the help they need. So far, we have 10 episodes out and even more in the make. We are seeing positive comments coming from our viewers, agreeing on and discussing the themes shown in each episode. And we have seen a jump in viewers, reaching up to 167,000 views of one of our episodes. Our next steps are to expand outreach further and collaborate with other faces in connection to mental health. Ultimately, our biggest hope is to inspire those in need and act as inspiration towards other clinics or NGOs. In conclusion, mental health in Indonesia isn't simply a social problem. It's a barrier that keeps people suffering. Wellspring Conversations is here as a scalable effort to chip away at the barrier by sharing real stories that humanize mental health and offers accessible support. If you're a researcher, educator, or industry partner who sees potential here, I'd love your feedback and ideas on how to grow this initiative. Together we can break the silence of mental illness and ensure our host country's people are safe and well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. How should I call you? Isabelle? Sarah?
Sarah.
Sarah, okay, Sarah. Thank you for presentation, Sarah. So, you are working with these Wellspring Conversations?
Yes, I'm part of their outreach team as an intern.
And what is your role there?
My role is to give new ideas towards what content to make as well as what other projects we can create. The Wellspring Conversation is part of my pitch in.
Okay, that's really nice. Okay, so actually, I just take a look a bit at the Wellspring Conversation YouTube. I haven't seen it yet, but what is actually the target, the audience for? I mean, the purpose of this Wellspring Conversations. I mean, is it for the audience to understand that there is mental health around us so they can decrease the stigma, or for the one that suffer the mental health to seek help actually?
Mostly our project is for hoping that we can provide help and resources towards those who cannot find any other resources. We hope that the stories that are provided in our channel are relatable enough to people so they can relate without having to go straight for consulting, because that's something that requires money, and with this it's something available on phones that you can access with only just to relate. So that's mostly it.
Okay, then I want to know what is the parameter of success in this Wellspring Conversations itself? Is it number of viewers, subscriber, or probably the people that you help, or what is the success here?
I think our view of success is connected to how many people feel connected enough to our channel. It doesn't have to mean that the number of views are increasing, that only shows us that there's more outreach that we collected, but our success is seen through the amount of people that comment on our videos and say that this helped them. That's the only thing that matters.
Okay, so I see. So I mean, because I'm a technician, so I need the number. So how you measure that? Actually, you see the comment and then see the positive response that okay, this really helped me, or is it? Do you count like that to measure the success, or?
We don't really necessarily count it, but we do enjoy seeing it because it's what shows us that what we're doing is creating a larger effort towards everyone.
Okay, then I mean, to make it sustainable, still you will need money and stuff, right? Then if that is the parameter of success, then I mean, how you make it sustainable in the future? It is, I think, what I want to say.
Okay, relatively, of course, we do need money, resources in order to create this podcast because of all the equipment and all the editing that needs to be done. But in terms of that, our clinic is the one that provides it, not the podcast funds or anything.
I see. Oh, so you have the separate clinic itself for this. I get it. So that is the source of the fund for the Wellspring Conversations.
Yes.
Okay, I get it now. Okay, so may I know actually how it seems like a podcast? So some people that suffer mental health is telling you about their problems. Actually, may I know how you reach that mental health suffer people actually?
Oh, so what we do is we provide a form that we put out on social media through our Instagrams.
Okay.
Because there's a link tree there that takes us to a link of a form. And those who are interested are able to provide their information and a short explanation of what their story is. And then once they submit that, we have to scan through each of the stories and decide which ones are fitting and which ones would be relatively relatable enough for others to relate to.
There is some lie sometimes in the statement.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, because it's believable, so I thought that there may be some people just make a joke in there, right? So I thought it's like that. No, okay.
I doubt it.
Okay, last thing. You see, sometimes if you hear the story of the people suffer mental health, probably you will get affected by probably. How about yourself? Do you get affected by when you hear the people suffer the mental health this stuff? Do you also feel more sad or feel so? Maybe you are so highly empathic person, so you really is it destroying your mental health itself?
Personally, I think it's important to have barriers in terms of what you know of yourself and what you know of other people. I think hearing these stories from other people, makes you empathic, it makes you understand another view that you probably maybe didn't have beforehand. And it gives you a new insight into what others may be thinking. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to feel exactly the same way that person feels in order to understand them. So it's important to have those barriers that separate you from the other people that you're talking to. And for me, it never gets to a point that I'm unable to understand that this is not my own personal problem, but it's a problem that I know another person is experiencing, and it's good for me to understand it as well.
Okay, nice answers and nice activity also. I hope it will continue for next year, and next year. Okay, I think that's from me. Thank you.
Thank you so much.